Today we have Nancy Hunt as our program person, and along with her, she brought her friend and helper, Asha McLaughlin, and Asha's back there, and they've got some plants for sale, and Nancy's going to do a demo, and is a PowerPoint and a demo.
It's so nice to be back with you. Many of you I know from when I was a teacher at Hemmerling Elementary, and I ran the CARE lab, the CARE reading lab, and several of you have come up to me and said, I used to volunteer with you. So it was a wonderful program. I've been retired from teaching for 12 years. Asha is a good plant friend of mine. I met her when she, during COVID, I started my Succulents for Life Nancy on Facebook. And if you ever join the Succulents for Life Nancy, you need to get yourself off that and go to the real Succulents for Life, because I was hacked really bad by a guy from Belgium in September, and he took over 3 different accounts, Facebook accounts that I administered. So, and I'm careful, I don't know, it was dumb. It was late at night and I made a goof. So anyway, I'm happy to have you join my Facebook page. And I do workshops at my house. I gave you a nice little flyer, and there's lots of good information on there. There's also my business card, so that if you want to get in touch with me, I can take up to 6 people around my planting table. I grow plants. I buy some plants. All of our plants back there where Asha is are from Rojas Nursery, Succulents and Cacti, and it's in Fallbrook. Oh my gosh, it's a wonderful little nursery. He has probably maybe 6 greenhouses that feel like you're walking in a sauna. We went last Saturday and we thought we were going to die. But you walk way, 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 way back, and then you have to turn and come the other aisle all the way. And oh, we were dripping. But he's a wonderful young man. I did tables for a big meeting in San Diego 2 years ago, and I ordered 300 plants from him, and he had me come in and pick which ones I wanted, and they were the 4-inch ones, like the ones on our table. And he offered even to deliver them from Fallbrook to San Diego Convention Center for me. So, wonderful young man. Anyway, so I have a PowerPoint for you today, and we'll just go through it quickly, because I want to do a demo for you also, and we'll see if I know what buttons to push. Hernan showed me, but I'm old. Okay, the fountain that is shown on this slide, I won a planting contest for one of the online nurseries, and I made about, I was in the pre-thing, I won that, and then I was in the semifinals and I won that money for plants, and then I won the final. And this was an anniversary gift for a friend of mine that lives in Beaumont, but it is beautiful. Okay, container. I'm going to be demonstrating a container that will raffle off here at the end. I always drill a hole. Even if it's a teapot, ladies, I'm sorry, but, or a teacup, I always drill a hole. I do sell diamond drill bits over at the table. They're $5 each. They just go in your drill, and it's so easy. Just make sure that you put water on your pot, or in your pot, or on the bottom of the pot before you drill. I do use pea pebbles in the bottom of my pots. There's a real controversy about that, but I like to have that for extra drainage. I use a cactus succulent mix, and I love the EB stone that I get at Cherry Valley Nursery. Large planters, you can use plastic bottles on the bottom. If it's a great big one, I've done some planters here for residents at Sun Lakes that have great big planters, and I just take plastic bottles, I scrunch them up, put the lid back on the bottle, and put them in the bottom, put some old dirt, not my good expensive soil, and then the good soil, and then plant. And it makes it so it's not so heavy. You can also use pool noodles, or work really good. And then I always put top dressing. Top dressing keeps the moist soil away from the leaves of your succulent or your plant, and then it also makes it look finished. It makes it look like a really nice gift if you're giving it to somebody. Rain gutter, it's so fun. Mine, I was going to bring my rain gutter. I looked at it. It looks horrid because of the heat. But it's a lot of fun. You just buy rain gutter, put the caps on the end, cut it about whatever length you need, drill some holes in the bottom, and you can hang it or set it on a table or whatever. It's really fun to use little leftover plants, cuttings, not ones that are rooted. There's a mantra among succulent designers. It's called Thriller, Filler, Spiller. So the tall plants go in the back. If it's one that's only going to be seen from one side, other plants are tucked among friends. Succulents like to have friends, just like we do. And so I teach what's called tapestry gardening or tapestry planting. And so a lot of times people say, okay, I'm done, and then I add about 8 more plants in their pot. And then the last one is your spiller, and that means your trailing plants that come over the side. My favorite are the ruby necklace, and ruby necklace is the one right in the front, right here. And they're really cute. They have this little thing that kind of looks gummy, is the leaf. And if it's out where it gets a lot of sunlight, they turn bright, bright purple. And the stems are always purple. The leaves are usually green unless they're stressed. And what's really fun with plants is stress is good for them. So, and it makes us happy. Okay, here's some different hanging plants. I don't have very many good examples. I had a couple trailers on some pots that I had for sale over there. But the ones that I love dolphins, but sometimes they will revert back to something else. But they're a lot of fun, and they actually look like a little dolphin. There's pearls, which the best way to take care of pearls is to ignore them. String of tears do very well in pots. Oops, wait a minute, wrong button. Right here, this is the ruby necklace. This is in my garden. Oh, by the way, see these purple flowers back here? This is called rock purslane. I brought 2 pieces back from Morro Bay from a house that we had rented for a week, and I have given away hundreds and hundreds of rock purslane. So if you ever would like some, it's what you see a lot in plantings, landscape plantings, and it's beautiful this time of year because it gets these purple flowers on them on a long stalk. So give me a call, I'll give them to you free. Ruby necklace has a pretty yellow flower, and it smells like cinnamon. And then these are, what are these, Austria? Bananas, string of bananas. So they have these crazy names, but the only ones that I have back there, I'm pretty sure, is the ruby necklace, or over there. Landscape gardening, I don't know if you're interested in landscape gardening, but I follow Laura Eubanks. She's pretty much my mentor. And she doesn't like to see gardens that are flat. So she likes to mound, and when you plant she plants a boulder, so it looks like it's coming out of the earth. And she's a really fun person to follow, and she's on your handout. Tapestry landscape, you can see here in this one that the plants are close together, and the roots intertwine, and they're happy. This is another example of tapestry gardening where it just takes over the ground. And my plants don't ever get this big because I'm always stealing them for planters. That's a problem. So here, this is Laura working in a garden, and this is really interesting because she had this big aloe right here. Can you guys see that right there? And so she pulled it out, and she cut the roots out, off and everything, left it about 4 inches long, right up here, and she stuck it back down in the dirt. And it will re-root, and it'll take a while to root, and so it's not going to get big again. And when it starts getting big, she pulls it out and does her maintenance on it. So it's pretty amazing. This is what's that tree? Oh yeah, Palo Verde tree. I never can remember it. The ones that are blooming right now all over Banning Beaumont, if you have people here that have them, I don't know. They're pretty messy, but oh man, are they ever beautiful. Fun containers that you can use, old wheelbarrow, a cart. Fountains are great, and they don't, they only take the water that the succulents need. These are fun succulents for our zone, which is either 9A or 9B, depending on where we live. I live up north of the lavender farm, so we get more snow than you all do down here, and more frost, unfortunately. So this is elephant food, and it's a great succulent. There's different varieties. There's ones that grow upright, and then there's ones that cascade over, and they'll cascade over rocks and all kinds of stuff. They're really fun. This one is a euphorbia. It's sticks on fire. You've seen these. Sometimes they get huge and bright orange in the sun, but you don't want to have them around kids or animals because they are poisonous. They have a sap, a white sap. I forgot to tell you about this, about the what did you buy for me again? A pregnant onion. It's a very pregnant onion. You have to go see it. Her pregnant onion, I was peeling off the layers of old thin coating, plant material around it, and all this sap was coming out, and all of a sudden my hands, because I never wear gloves, my hands and my arms were just burning. And I looked it up, and I went in the house, washed my hands and arms, and I sat down to cool off, and I found out that a pregnant onion is a euphorbia, and it has the white sap. So if you have anything with white sap, when you trim it, you want to make sure to have gloves on, or just watch, don't get it on your skin, okay? So anyway, those are two. Here's another. Aeoniums are our favorites. We love these. And then this is I have tons of these in my yard, and I'm starting to build some other colors. We have, I think, maybe a couple left of a hybrid that our friend Carlos at Rojas developed, and he's just starting to sell it. And that's a really good price on that brown aeonium. It's a little one, but they probably will be selling for a lot more once it goes into full production. Okay, what is this? Oh, winter care. Blech, can't even think about it. I have boxes and boxes of twin sheets in my shed. I live on the golf course up at Highland Springs Village, and the first winter we had there, the guy across the fairway from me called our architectural committee and told him I was setting up a homeless encampment. So he was a real jerk, but we're friends now. This one, it froze. It froze all the way back, and I was so disappointed. I had had it for years, and it kept giving me plants. And my friend that I had met that lives up in Bandon, she said, don't throw it away. Just wait and see what happens. And sure enough, it came back to life, and I still have it. So, and this was a couple years ago. So anyway, don't give up. This is what I have at my house. I have shelves and shelves and shelves of pots. So when you come to my house with a friend or by yourself or a birthday party or something together, I can take 6, and you can pick out a pot, and I'll tell you how much your planter would be completed. And most of my planters run from 12 to 25, and that's for a completed planter. With cuttings, sometimes rooted plants if I have them. Watering, I really can't emphasize enough using a wood skewer or sandwich pick to determine whether your planter needs water. I use it because it's like an oil dipstick. And so you water it. When you water your succulent, it has a hole in the bottom, right? So you water it until the water comes out the hole. Then you put it back where it lives and let it just do its thing. And then in a week or so, test it with that wood stick. I used to use sharpened pencils, and I'd give all my clients a sharpened pencil. But now I found these cute little wood skewers at Hobby Lobby, and they come in a big pack, and so it's perfect. Just stick it down in there. If it comes out damp or dirt sticks to it, you don't want to water. Overwatering is what kills succulents. So anyway, that's just some ideas. You want to let them dry out completely. Monocarpic plants are plants that you've probably seen some of these different places where they put up this beautiful flower. The bees love it, and it's great. And you can cut it off here if you want, but the plant will probably die anyway. Monocarpic, mono means one, so this plant will die, these 2 plants will die, but under this mama plant will usually be lots of little babies that you can salvage. This is another one, beautiful. This is probably a dinner plate aeonium, which I have tons of if you want one. And then this is also an aeonium with the bloom. These are great plants for our area. This one is Gasteria, and I was going to bring one, but it got burned in the sun, and so I didn't bring it. This is a ghosty or a ghost plant. I have so many of these, and these are so wonderful. You can't kill them. They're ghosts. And then these are, what are those, Asha? Oh, Avogoides. Avogoides, yeah. And I have a big one a friend gave me. It's on the end of the specimen table. And she got that at a yard sale and brought it to me. And these are red because they've been at a nursery in the sun. Mine is nice and green with red tips. So it just depends. Lipstick plant. These are just some fun ones I've done for different times. This was a favor for a birthday party for a lady. I made 60 of these here in Sun Lakes. Just all kinds of containers. That container, I drilled a hole, but it used to be a cup for the bathroom. This is just a white bowl from Dollar Tree. And this was a big shoe vase, and that was really fun. I tipped it over yesterday, and I broke the shoe off the base. Really dumb. These are jelly beans, Sedum rubrochinctum, and they come in different colors, and they're so much fun. I love the one in the middle, and that's called pink beans. Pink, is that what they are? Huh? No, they're not baby toes. They're jelly beans. She doesn't know. She knows everything about cactus. She knows all the big names. Sempervivum, they're pet and child friendly. They're cold tolerant, but they don't like our heat. I had $80 of them die, so I'm not getting them more. This is an Aloe cameronii. This is a great one if you're trying to do like a sea or undersea motif. It's great, and that's really dark red or orange because it's in the sun. And then this is a Aloe maculata, and it's a great one for our area. I have one that's called, what's the Christmas one? Merry Christmas tree or something. But it's kind of reddish and green and light tan. It's really pretty. So they're great. This was one a lady made at my house, and we just put all kinds of little plants because she wanted to get started on succulents. So this was that's one of those long, chairs. So that was a big bowl. And then these are fun. This one I did with a group of handicapped Girl Scouts in Yucaipa. They had so much fun doing their lake and their pathway, and they all got to pick their little village or their little house. And I did something I haven't seen anybody else do. I hot glue a big roofing nail on the bottom of my things that go in. These little tiny mushrooms would get lost when you water it because they would have fallen off the green. But they have this big roofing nail. So if you have grandkids that want to play with it, they can just pull it out and put the nail in another place. And it's I do it with all the figurines. And the little houses, so that water level, the house level would go down into the dirt, because as the dirt and the compost in your dirt decomposes, it goes down. So what I do, and I'm giving all my trade secrets away, I take a Keurig cup and glue it to the bottom of the little house that I buy at Dollar Tree, and then I stick it in the dirt, and then I pull the dirt and everything and the plants around the Keurig cup. So it works really good, and then just add some plants, and we had so much fun with that group. This is actually a pretty big pot, and this is the little wood shapes that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I just hot glue a little pokey stick, like a long toothpick, onto the wood, and it added a hummingbird. And then these are Groots, and I love this one because I always put, when I use this one, I always put the ruby necklace hanging down like he's holding up his hair. And these are just some other ones. Somebody gave me a bunch of pots. This is a Mother of Thousands up here. And Mother of Thousands has been outlawed in Australia because they're so invasive. There are some Mother of Thousands over there right on the end in the small pot. I think there's a couple of them. But the pots are only $1. And they do great in a pot because what they do, they have little plantlets that grow on the leaves, and those little plantlets fall off and start a new plant. So it's good to keep them under control. There's another, did I already talk about that? Yeah. This was a little pitcher, and I made this for my sister one time because she loved hedgehogs. And it has the trailing down ruby necklace also. These are just some other things. I just have started doing these. This is a rain chain, and I have a secret, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. To keep the water from, for keeping the soil from coming down through the little buckets. I have them that have dragonflies and butterflies and birds. There's 5 rain chains. They're $25, but you go home with this beautiful rain chain that you can go hang on your patio or at the front door in the shade. You don't, because they're metal, you don't want to have it, in the sun. There's pregnant onion with lots of other plants around it. This was a teapot that I bought. One of my favorite places to find containers that I can drill is at the, behind Jack in the Box in Calamasa. There's a thrift store. I think it's a LDS thrift store. It's what? No. Anyway, it's a great place to find lots of pottery. Goodwills are good, yard sales, whatever. Just some Christmas ideas. When I go to Hobby Lobby before Christmas, I'm always looking for things that I could put succulents in. This thing was a metal cone, a mesh cone. It wasn't supposed to be decorated at all, and the head was just a mesh ball of metal. And so I stuffed it real tight with moss and then used, at that time I was using pencils, now I have long tweezers, and just stuck cuttings in there, and they were absolutely gorgeous. This was my front door at my house or my back door at my house when I lived in Sun Lakes. This wreath, the wreaths are really fun. You just plant the plants right into the moss. You don't need any dirt. And to water them, you just spray them with a spray bottle. So they're fun. Here's some more. This was a huge cat. And then pumpkins in September and October, I do probably about 200 of those pumpkins with people. And again, no dirt. They're planted into moss. And then this is a beautiful wreath. I had this one in my living room for a long time. This is fun. Oh, a great place to buy plants, and I have it on your handout, is Rite Aid when they do their seasonal stuff. And right now, I don't know, there wasn't much left, but they were even had a higher than 50%. I don't remember what it was. That's a Sempervivum in the middle that didn't survive. And this was a huge swan that I got at Rite Aid, and I bought about 6 of them. And, oh, they were so beautiful to plant. Let's see. Okay, these are some plants that we have. Asha, do we have these plants here? Okay, so I'm not going to try to say what they are, but because I don't really like cactus, but Asha is our cactus person, and she will answer any questions you have over at her table or over at our specimen table. This crested one, I had a friend that lived here in Sun Lakes, Sharon somebody. Anyway, her husband's blind. Do you know who that is? Sharon Robinson. And she called me one day and said, Nancy, come and get these plants out of my yard. They're weird, and I'm throwing them out. So I came over, and she had all kinds of these things back in here, what Asha has in her yard, and they had gone mutant on her. And that's what we make the mermaid tails with. And they get thick. I think I have a couple, the little blue wedge, no, I don't remember what it is. But anyway, the little blue planter has a crested plant in it. And it's just the plant kind of goes goofy and crazy. And it makes a crest instead of growing the way it's supposed to. But some people hate them. Sharon didn't like them. So I got all kinds that day from her. These are some cool, I know how to say this. I spelled euphorbia wrong. It's euphorbia, and it's Nuthii. So the double I, you say the I and then the I. So those are really cool. One of them is one outside.
They're both the same plant.
This one. This one was grown in low light, so it's called etoliated when it stretches to get sun. And then this one was in sun. Did you bring this one?
Yes, they're both here.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't going to bring it because it got burned.
No, that's the type.
Oh, okay. So anyway, this one was grown in the sun, and this one was grown on her patio. So it just depends Same plant. I love her Crassulonadioculus, I guess. That fish is so cute. And then the other one is so awesome. And she has some really cool designer pots. So these are the three nurseries that I love to go to. Rojas, this is one of his greenhouses. This is a 4-inch greenhouse, and we had to walk all the way back here, and you get here and you're sweating, and you cross over and come all the way back, and you have the black tray, and you're just putting all your stuff in there. It's so much fun. And then Waterwise Botanicals, it's just south of Temecula. In fact, Rojas is at Mission off-ramp, and it's really fun, and Carlos is so much fun. And then you go a little bit farther on the 15, and you get to Old 395 after you go under that big rainbow bridge looking thing. You go off on Old 395, and up around the corner on top of the hill is Waterwise Botanicals. And it's a full-service nursery, has amazing plants. And the neat thing about them is the first Saturday of every month. So fun. It's a free succulent Saturday. And they have all these plants out under a tent, and you get to pick a gallon pot for free. So we always go and we pick our pot. Then if it's a nice day, we do a lot of walking. How many hours did we spend there the first time I took you? 3 hours, I think, yeah. And then this is Toro Nursery, and this is really a fun place. Their plants are just incredible. And they're not quite as nice, they're not as nice as Rojas. Waterwise is the most expensive, then Rojas. Yeah, probably. And then this one. But this is right off of the 405, right on Sepulveda, and it's a wonderful nursery. So anyway, fun. These are all on your handout. If you're on Facebook, be sure to join my page, and we're going to go ahead and do this other thing real quick. Oh, I did pretty good on time. Okay, do you want to watch the demonstration? Okay. You're going to hold this for me. This is a pot I just bought at Hobby Lobby. I always go down their dishes aisle, and this was on spring whatever, and I drilled a hole in it. And remember, we have drills back there if you want a drill bit. The soil, I measured this all out because I didn't want to bring my bucket. The soil is EB Stone from Cherry Valley. Pea gravel from Home Depot. When I first started doing succulents about probably 15 years ago maybe, the big bag of pea gravel was $2.37. Well, it's more. It's almost like everything, right? So I just put gravel in the bottom, cover up the pretty design. Let's see, I guess I should do this in here. Okay, so when I'm planting with cuttings, and when you plant with cuttings, you don't want to pack your dirt in. You just want lots of air in it because you're going to be using a chopstick or these wonderful tweezers. These are awesome. They come in a set of 2 on Amazon, and a fork. And, oh, there's another thing. I used to buy forks at Dollar Tree. They used to come like 6 in a package for $1. I think now you get 2 maybe for $1.25. But an old fork is great. So my dirt is piled up pretty high in the middle. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot a tall plant. Do I have anything tall over there? Sure. Do I? I don't know. Well, I can make this be tall. It's okay. I'll make this be tall. So what I tell my people when I'm doing, I'm okay, is to let the chopstick do the work. So I'm just poking a hole down here to kind of open up some space. And I'm going to put my succulent into that hole. I have actually 4 different aeoniums here, and I'm going to use all 4. This is going to go to somebody that's here, so this is fun. And I just poke it down in there. Usually I would use our Thriller Filler Spiller mantra, but I forgot to grab a tall one. Oh well, that's okay. So this is a really cool aeonium. Put this over here on the side, and they're nice and close in together. Okay, so this is what looks like so far. And so now, oh, I could use some tall ones. So these are elephant food. Let's see, let me get rid of this. And I make a hole, and I'm having them have friends. Because they like friends. Yeah, those are going to go. And then this is a jelly bean, and it actually has roots. And I can make just a bigger hole. Use my tweezers. The other tweezers that come with this are curved, and they're both great. And they don't cost very much at all. I asked my daughter to get me some long tweezers for Christmas, and they came and they were about this long. I wanted this kind. Okay, so this is a really fun plant, and I didn't bring any because it all got burned. I left it out in bright sun, and it's ogre's ear or Gollum jade. So everybody knows what regular jade looks like. I thought I had one here. No, yeah. But anyway, this is fun, and the kids love it because it looks like Shrek's ear, because it's like a tube. So I'm going to stick that right in here in the middle, and with all these other green friends. And I try to work, oh, this is a tall one. This is, whoever gets this one is going to get a mother of thousands. It doesn't have any babies on the leaves, but this thing will grow huge. I had one on my front porch when we lived at Sun Lakes. It was 10.5 feet tall. And it was in this shallow dish. And my husband kept saying, when are you going to get rid of that ugly thing? I said, I want to see how big it gets. It's not ugly. This is a Haworthia. This is like what you have, isn't it?
Owl's claw.
Owl's claw. I don't like these very much because they're the ones that grow on top of each other, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they get long, but she likes them. She knows these things. This is called Christmas tree. I don't know what its real name is, but anyway, it looks like a Christmas tree. And it's tall, so I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm sorry you guys can't see this. Okay, and this is some kind of something. Stone crop. And it is, I have so much of this, I don't even save the leaves when the leaves break off because it's so prolific. This is, oops, I just put a really cool plant in. One of my favorites, it's called blue chalk. It's the one, you see it a lot in landscapes and also in pots because it'll hang down, and I was a teacher, so I like it because it's chalk. Let's see, these are a feather plant of some kind. It's a sedum, yeah. And I'll put that back here in the back. And these are really fun. And these are all the plant. I just went out in my yard yesterday and picked. What I do, if you come, I give you a dish like this, and you follow me around and you look for plants that you like, and we clip them and then come back to the work table. So it's fun. Oh, this is one of my favorite plants. This is a fuzzy plant, which I love. And it's called Devotion. Is that good? Yeah, it's called a Devotion plant. And we'll put it right here. And sometimes one of them gets really, really red. What else am I going to put in here? I have some rock. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then I have some ruby necklace. These have roots in them, but it doesn't matter because the important thing to remember, when you plant with cuttings, you don't want to water. You don't want to water for 7 to 10 days because you want your plant to start to set some roots. And if you water it, they might rot. So it's really important. You don't want them to rot. Everybody's talking about rotting. Okay. Well, I have this cute little sunflower with some rock. These can go back here. But cuttings are fun. My husband always gets after me if we're waiting outside on a bench at a restaurant and there's succulents. He knows he's in trouble because I'll just kind of reach around him, you know, and snip a little one and hope nobody sees me. So, but that's what's fun with cuttings. Let's see, we'll put one of these jelly beans in here. So whoever is getting this is going to get lots of cool succulents. So, I don't know, can you see that, kind of? All right, oh, we'll put this in here. And they're in with their friends. You got to remember that. Right?
That's right.
Okay. Never have too many. So, oh, I forgot to put a nail in that. So then I have some gravel. I use aquarium gravel, and I have probably 15 different colors. And I put them in those nut jars that you get at Costco. Yeah. And so I just lift up the plants a little bit. And I use a spoon usually for small ones. And this rock is keeping the plants away from the dirt. And we're almost done. And I just lift them up. And it's fun. The favorite rock of kids that come and plant a fairy garden or a dino garden, oh my gosh, bring your grandsons, they love it. I make a little volcano with lava coming down the side, and it's really fun. And then they use red and orange. And I forgot to put a nail on this. I told you I always put nails. Well, it was really hot yesterday, so I have an excuse. So I'm going to put this cute little sunflower in here for whoever wins this. Keep it. Okay. All righty then. So that's yours. Okay. So that's that. But you know what? I forgot a stick. Maybe you can get me a watering stick out of there. So we want to give this away, but do we have tickets still? Do you still have tickets? They're holding their tickets? Okay. Look at your ticket. Okay. Stand up if your last number on your ticket has a 1. Last number on your ticket has a 1. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Okay. What? Okay, stand up. Okay. If your second to last number is a 4? Second to, no? Yours isn't? Okay, stand back up ones. Okay, if your third to the last number is a 4. No? Oh, brother. Okay, no 4s. Stand up, number ones. Number ones, you're getting your exercise, chair exercise. And how about if you have a 4 in your number? No, you have to have a 1 at the end. You have a 4 in your number? All of you have a 4? You have a 1 for your last? Your 4 is a second number? Oh, 8-4. Okay. So is your last number 1? Is your last number 1? And you have a 4 for your second number or your third number? Okay. Okay. Let me see what you. Oh, no, I meant second to the last. Next to the 1, do you have a 4? Anybody? No. How about, you do? Yeah, I know, but second to the last has to be next to the 1. Okay, what's next to your 1? The lady in the blue dress? Yeah. A 5, that's close. Come get your plant. Okay, and this has a stick in it, and I want to get a picture of you with it, okay? All right, thank you for inviting me. We have specimen plants you can ask questions about. Keep your flyer. Right now, my son and daughter-in-law have a business. They travel all over the U.S., and I am doing planters that I'm sending all over the United States as thank you gifts. So I can do that. I love to do parties, you know, around the succulent table. So give me a call. Keep my number if you have any questions or if you're looking for a certain plant. Yes, ma'am. No, the Facebook page. The Facebook page is The Real Succulents for Life, Nancy. Okay?
Okay. Nancy, we thank you very, very, very much.
It was fun.